Hey guys, it's Team Chappie. On today's video, we're going to go over my 12 things that make Need for Speed Heat better than Need for Speed Unbound. I didn't want this list to just be a nostalgic feeling of what was missed, but more so of how Need for Speed had better features that didn't carry over to Need for Speed Unbound, which to me and to some of you guys probably affected the enjoyment of Unbound. So remember, this video is in no specific order. So let's get started. Number 1, fast travel. Fast travel was such a great feature in the game. It really saved you time from having to drive so far to get somewhere when you weren't wanting to race, and you could just open your map, slide your icon, boom, you're in the garage you wanted to go to, and you carry on. I really liked it after you race and you made your money, pop up the map, fast travel to the dealership, something that's not even Unbound, there's no dealership, and you fast travel to the dealership, buy your car, boom, happy, driving with a new car outside the dealership. Number 2, being able to turn your car on and off and rev it inside the garage. I think it's a feature that should return, because you were able to customize your headlights and taillights in Unbound, but you can't even see what they look like when they're turned on. It would frustrate me, like, what the heck. So unless you go outside of your garage or at night, race at night in Unbound, that's when you only see the effects of all your lights on. Not only will you be able to see the lights in Need for Speed Heat in the garage, but you could also test your effects like the lights or the exhaust tune inside the garage. Now, I know in Unbound you could also tune your exhaust sound, but in Need for Speed Heat, I think they just did a better job with the effects. As in regards to you being in the garage, you can test your exhaust setups much better. Like, the exhaust tune would affect the idle of your car. Like, for example, with this Challenger, you can easily notice how the car shakes a little when you adjust the exhaust sound. The idle like shakes the car harder or harder, faster, or slower. Freaking awesome knowing that you can hear the hung, 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 hung. Love that. I love that thing. Number 3, the car effects in general were bigger. For example, when you're doing a burnout, tires are spinning. Not only would the camera zoom in on the tire, but your tire smoke would show, and when you punch the NOS, in a lot of cars that were rear wheel drive, they would pop a wheelie. And did it affect some drag races? Sure, but dude, it's fun, you know. I thought the wheels were fun. I liked how exaggerated the flames would shoot out. It's like a freaking machine gun, like crazy. My voice effect sounds crazy, but in the video you hear and you hear the sound of the car, and with it, it's fun, it's cool. Remember, like, this is an arcade game, and of course, you know, it's not a sim race game, so the non-realistic features in the game just gave it more personality for me, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun. Number 4, small thing, but when the car's in action mode and you step away from the controller for a while, the camera pans out and it does like a 360 for you. It's like a free music video on your car. It was awesome. It reminded me of like the car reviews I would watch on YouTube, when the cameraman's just walking around the car, you know, showing all the angles. Need for Speed Heat did that for you for free. Number 5, being able to tune the car at any moment. This feature was so convenient. You just tap on a D-pad. You have your tuning adjustments. Tune your car during the race. Tune it when you're parked. Tune it when you're outside. It's just easy for you to just adjust your handling right away, or move your downforce as well. In Unbound, you have tuning, but it affects the handling adjustments you make affects your tier grade, which they should add at least steering sensitivity while racing. It won't mess with your tier, you know, at least the sensitivity. Come on, man. Number 6, car parts are transferable. In Need for Speed Heat, when entering the garage, you could view your parts that you have stored from a vehicle and install them. Great feature that would facilitate a driver to change his car from a strong grip build to instantly to a drift build or drag build without having to go all the way to the garage, load inside, then go to the parts, buy him if you didn't have him, and have him uninstalled from another car. And it just took a long time for the process to do when you could just press start and you go to your car and boom, 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 change your parts right there, right before the race starts. Number 7, having a leadership board at the races. I know a lot of people that like to see how their car ranks against their friends or maybe against the lobby. You know, people like seeing their times. I like seeing my times. I want to see like if there's anything to compete for other than just winning the race. You know, I think that feature Need for Speed Heat for me, like looking at the 4 races right there by the bridge, you know, Sonic, Helios, Sonic 2, you know, those right there, you know, those are like the biggest races with the most money. Just awesome to know, hey, these are the best racers here, this is the best times, and this is the car. You know, just, you want to have the best record, you know, if you're competitive like that, like a completionist, you want to have the best car, best time, and everything. Number 8, sending race invites, and while waiting for a race, you could change your vehicle at any time. The best part about it is if at least one person joins your race and no one else, the game will add all AI to complete a full race for you. So awesome, so good. It was that having AI in there like affects your motivation for racing, you know. Rather than just racing one person, and if that person backs out like at the first crash, you're racing solo. But at least you still have the AI in Need for Speed Heat that will race the whole way with you. And if you have the difficulty on hard, you know, those guys just as good as a lot of online racers. Number 9, communication chat wheel. Come on, guys. I hope you guys remember that. Need for Speed Heat had such a good and easy chat wheel to use. Just tap on a D-pad, access your chat wheel. It was so good, so fun, especially when other races would use a chat wheel. You know, you can trash talk, you can compete with them, you can shoot whatever quick message, and easy to understand, you know. So I really want that to transfer to Need for Speed Unbound. Number 10, the part shop. Easy to access. You could just fast travel to the dealership instead of going to garage, or you know, you leave the garage, you don't want to load back in, you drive to the part shop. You can buy new parts without having to load inside the garage, and it keeps you ready for the next race because you're already there. You could join the next race. And I don't know if you guys forgot, you can sell your parts too. You're not stuck with the car part or the freaking turbo that you spent 60 grand for the Miata. You could sell it for 40 or 30 grand and you got more money again. Stuck with it in Unbound. Number 11, night mode. Night mode was so cool, man. You can access, it's a different type of game when you access night mode. Besides it being just in a night, the races were different, and you know, remember, all you had to do to access night mode was press R3. Or when you're leaving the garage, it wants to know go day or go night, but if you go day, you can go to night at any time. Besides the races being different, you can now carry cop heat, and the cops will like be on the lookout for you the whole night until you go to the garage. Which just leads perfectly to number 12 is cops. During night mode, if you mess with the cops, or you're in a race where the heat level is high, the cops will chase you for the rest of the night. It's a great feature that I'm glad it just didn't stay with story mode in the campaign. You know, online in Heat, you can still have cops outside the race, you know, like on free roam or inside the race. And not only were like racing cops give you rep, you know, you can get money for it, and besides doing the challenges in Need for Speed Unbound, the reps would unlock you cars, so you would have to grind these cop races, which were fun, or do these high heat races, which was such a. I think it was good builds character. Fighting these cops, fighting those Corvettes, trying to get away from the helicopters, builds character, guys. Hopefully they bring cops. That has to happen. What was the point of it only being in story mode? And like the cops are so good in story mode. I wish they bring it. They have to bring it online or do something about it. Honorable mentions: crews. Having crews. I almost forgot about that. Joining crews would help you unlock a car. I think it was a certain Ferrari that you needed a cat in the back. Besides, it gives you a sense of community in the game, where you guys would build your rep for whatever, it was cool, and you would have your leadership on that to see when you do the races. It was cool. The crews were cool. Need that. We miss that. Need that. And dang, what? I've just been playing Unbound so much. Forgot about the crews, man. Something for sure that I miss. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you guys have other things to add of what made Need for Speed Heat better than Need for Speed Unbound. I had a great time with Need for Speed Heat when I played PS4. I put a lot of hours into it. Lost my whole game when I got the PS5, so I had to play the game all over again. But now that I'm playing Need for Speed Unbound, I don't see me ever going back to Heat. But that's me. Like I said, comment, let me know what you guys think should be added to my list, honorable mentions, whatever. Stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be a banger. I'm going to be posting it on Tuesday. But right now, thank y'all. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Chappy out.